Hello, 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 and welcome back to WorkHARDaholics. I am your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford. And today,
Welcome to the WorkHARDaholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better.
I'm really excited. We have a lot of major things happening. I am here presently shooting with none other than Christina Clark of the Imagine Media Lab, and we're here at the Women's Business Center RVA. So normally I don't drop the date into videos, but today I must because today is August 30th, 2023, which means it is the official anniversary of 5 years of the Women's Business Center when we first opened our doors for our kinda grand opening. And so here's the deal. As I look back over the years of all the things that have happened and transpired, it's really a testament of what we're all about. So when we talk about as a small business owner, we all know that over half of small businesses fail within the first 3 years. It's a fact. We've also discussed previously why they fail, right? We've talked about the fact that it's all about that cash liquidity. Do you have enough money on a day-to-day basis to operate and run your business? And a lot of times we know that it goes back to on paper, you have this invoice that's outstanding that's for $5,000, $10,000. And if that money were in your account, your bills would be paid, your employees would be paid. But if you're looking at right now, we're talking about the potential of, a government shutdown again. So if you're on furlough or the people who are your normal clients or customers aren't getting paid for 3 months while the government decides what it's going to do, what does that mean for you? How do you operate, right? That's cash flow. That's cash liquidity. It doesn't mean anything if you say, well, I have, this CD that I have to have money in for 3 years before it earns money. If you can't get the money right when you need it and you have to shut your doors, it doesn't matter that you have it on paper, right? So as we're celebrating and honoring our five years, when I look back over all the years of being here at the center, if you had told me it was 5 years, I still wouldn't believe it. I had to do the math. And so, but our story is very similar to many of your stories, right? So, as I said before, most businesses, half of them are out of business in 3 years. But did you know that by 10 years, 90% of businesses that start have shuttered their doors for a variety of reasons, right? And so part of the reason why we have this show, why we even have this center, why I've been doing small business consulting for the past couple of decades, is because we want you to be successful in business. So one, we're saying happy anniversary, Women's Business Center RVA. And we're really proud of all of our members and the work that they're doing. And as you all can recall, because we've been together for a lot of this, right? We've had the Empower Conference. We've had the awards that we just had at the Boss Lady Sue Tea event. We've had so many seminars. We have had over 1,000 of you all, over 1,000 entrepreneurs to come through our doors for free consultations, seminars, etc. I am super proud of that fact, right? And we're still here and we're still standing even through COVID. And so when you're looking at your story, your history, are you celebrating? Because we're about to turn up over here. We're about to have a full-fledged party. So we had one small meeting with the members just to get a recap to see how they were doing, sat down, had the food. But we're about to do a whole lot more. And I'm going to tell you about one of those programs in just one moment that we're doing in honor of our anniversary. And I really am very excited about that as well. Because here's the deal. A lot of you all come in and you're like, well, I'm not sure. We get 3 pockets of individuals who normally come into the center, right? Or even when I'm doing consulting, there's normally 1 of 3 pockets. It's, I have an idea. It could be garbage. It could be, a diamond in the rough. I don't know. But I have an idea. What happens next? Then I have the people who have normally been in business around 2 years. All right. And so they've been in business about 2 years. They have a product, they have a service, they know their product, they know their service, and someone is buying it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If no one's buying, then you have a hobby, not a business. Okay? And then we have the people who have been in business for 10 years, 20 years even possibly, and they're looking to level up, they're looking to, get to the next step. And sometimes success means that you sold your business. So a lot of times people try to define for you what your success looks like, and you have to know for yourself. So for the center, I know that our level of success is that right now we're looking for a new building. If you have land that you'd like to donate to the Women's Business Center, RVA, for a tax deduction, please let us know as soon as possible. Thank you. But in addition to that, we're looking to have satellite offices because we recognize the services that we're providing are needed in our community. Okay? And so because we know that, we want to keep doing what we're doing, but we want to multiply it. Is that what you desire for your business? You desire to amp it up, to magnify it, to multiply it, to extend your reach? And if you do, what are you doing to make that happen? So, as I was saying before, one of the things that we're doing here, we are kicking off in honor of our anniversary. You ready? I feel like there needs to be a drum roll, but if I tap this table, I'll get in trouble with Christina. So we're going to imaginary drum roll. Okay. One of the things that we're doing, September is when we celebrate our anniversary. We actually opened up over Labor Day weekend, August 30th, back in 2018. And so one of the things we're doing now is that we're kicking off what we call the WBC RVA Toolkit. See, fanfare, it's close. So as most of you know, we already provide mailbox service, co-working, seminars, rental for event space. We have physical members in the building who have offices at below market value, who receive a free consultant with them. It's like they can get their consultation whenever and however they need it. But we had this little gap. So a lot of you go off and you take these seminars, these sessions, and then you come out and you have nowhere to go. You have no one to hold your hand. Well, hi. We're here to hold your hand, right? Not your purse is what we always say. So that's how we're introducing the toolkit. And what that's going to mean is that every Thursday, we're opening up our doors for our toolkit members for a crazy low fee. And you can come in and co-work. You'll get a monthly seminar, a monthly group coaching day, and the other two Thursdays, you'll be able to, network, come in and work, focus, get away from the kids, get away from everything else, and really focus on your business. And did I mention it's only $25 a month? You can't get me for that anywhere, but you can with the toolkit. So after this commercial break, we'll come back and talk a little bit more about what's going on at the center and some other really vital piece of information that you need to know for your business and for your growth. See you in a sec.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Welcome back. Okay, so I was just sharing about the fact that it is our 5-year anniversary here at the Women's Business Center. And one of the ways that we're celebrating, because we believe in when we party, the party means you. We are kicking off the WBC RVA Toolkit. It starts in October. Registration is open now. You can go visit our website. I think you can. Yeah. Check in if you're interested. Drop me a message. at admin@wbcrva.com for more information. Because I'm honestly not sure where the link is, but we'll get it to you. Don't you worry. All right. And so that's kicking off the first week of October. September, we're celebrating our anniversary, our 5-year anniversary. Very excited about that. And so the toolkit is really it's the next level of offerings that we can provide for our community. And we were having some conversations, this week in particular, we've had lots of conversations about entrepreneurs in our ecosystem and those who are underrepresented, right? And so those who are not receiving all the resources that they could, which is part of the reason why we exist. So not only is there the toolkit, but we have some other things, or I have some other things that are coming up that I'm pretty darn excited about. So if you all recall, earlier this year and then part of last year, we had some opportunities to talk with some wonderful people from Scripps News Media about the pay gap, right? And so what's tricky and interesting, and if you don't remember, or if you're like, all right, well, that was great, you can always go back and rewatch it. So I'm not really going to get into it, but I want to talk just for a moment. Gentlemen, this is for the ladies, or the ladies in your life. So you can, still listen in, but I want to take a moment to talk to our ladies. All right. And gentlemen, if you have ladies in your life that you love and care about, then tune in and keep that in mind for your daughter, your mother, your wife, your auntie, whomever it is in your life, that coworker that you're like, she's amazing and she deserves better. Keep this information in mind for her. So when we talked about the pay gap before, right? And so there was this piece that was happening. Richmond is one of, I think, 10 or 11 cities where the pay gap had become even, like basically even, or women were actually making more than men or their counterparts. But here is the caveat. This was particularly for millennials. It didn't apply to older women. And what was even more interesting when I was looking at some other stats was, according to the stats, while those 16 to 24 are only like $50, there's only like a $50 difference in pay on average per week. For those 25 to 54, there's like a $200, which is a grand improvement, mind you. An average of $200 difference a week. Here's the thing. When you get to the mid 50s, men keep increasing in value. Their salaries keep increasing, but women's salaries actually start to go the other way. So it's like the older the woman gets, her value decreases. I'm not saying it does. We know that that's not the fact. I'm just saying that based off of salary amounts, women are in their older age range, my age range, or okay, not quite, but close. I'll be there soon enough. The pay is actually going down. And so, yes, it's true that there are some systemic things that are put in place to keep people like women, minorities, in their place. We know this. That's not even the point for discussion. But I'm a firm believer that some of it is. There are some ways that we as women don't demand certain things for ourselves. So like when I'm talking to you ladies and we're having conversations, like right now I have spent the past few years having these conversations over and over and over again. Because finally, especially if you work for the state, then salaries are posted. Like you see what your counterparts are making. And then in other organizations, you're like, well, I didn't realize that he was making more and that I trained him. Well, now because of like Indeed and other services that are sharing salary information, that information is much more public than it was before. And we're recognizing and knowing that, hey, ladies, you're not making the same amount as your counterpart. And you could have same experience, or even a lot of the times, women have more degrees and more experience and are still making less than their male counterparts. So at this point, ladies, I need us to take a different turn at this. Because here is part of the issue. We as women tend to accept what we're given. This is one woman to another woman. We tend to accept what we're given. So we go, oh, well, we participated in this group. It's the team. We don't share the I, like this is what I accomplished. This is what I did. This is my contribution. And you've heard if you've been watching the show for a while, or you've been listening for a while, you've heard my other stories about men that I've worked with in the past and how they have no problem claiming their role, be it very tiny or big. They have no problem saying, this is what I did. This is what I accomplished. But as ladies, we often go for the team, right? And so part of that is I need us all to recognize our value and our worth. And the two don't mean the same thing. Okay? So I need us to be able to know when we go into our annual review that we're going in with the expectation of a raise. Just because they tell you that it's capped doesn't mean anything. There's always an exception. Just because they tell you this is the average, what does that have to do with you? If you're not average, then you shouldn't be receiving average pay. All right, I told this story before, but I will tell it again. Upon the one occasion when I worked for a state adjacent agency. And so they give you your review, and everyone knows it's 1 out of 5, right? And so on my review at this particular time, they gave me a bunch of 4s. But all the comments were amazing. You're excellent. You're wonderful. And when I pushed back and said, I know I'm excellent. You know I'm excellent. Why are you giving me 4s and not 5s? And the answer, which has never left me, was because of this. If they give you a perfect score, if they give you all 5s, generally speaking for the state, I'm in Virginia, I don't know about you all, and it's been a while since I've been an employee, they have to give you a pay increase or justify why they didn't. So because of that, they do the whole 4 thing to keep you in your place. To keep the budget low. So when you don't know your value and you don't know your worth, 1, you would never have asked that question. And 2, you would accept that ruling. I did not. Want to learn more about that? Right back after this commercial break, we're going to talk about how you can know your value and how you can know your worth. See you in a minute.
Right now, we're going to get ready for a word from our sponsors. And if you'd like to be a sponsor or to have your ad shared on WorkHARDaholics, then please email admin@WorkHARDaholics.com.
Are you ready to level up your smartphone videography skills? Want to learn how to capture better interviews, content, and learn how to edit using Canva? Whether you are a beginner looking to dive into the world of videography or an experienced creator seeking to enhance your skills, then our Learn by Doing workshops are for you. Reserve your spot and start creating incredible videos. Visit powerupvideo.com today. Click Workshops.
Listen, attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com.
Got a question about your small business? Trying to figure out what to do to start a business? Are you a C-suite executive trying to figure out some leadership tools and resources that you need? Well, we've got answers for you. Submit your questions, concerns, thoughts to admin@WorkHARDaholics.com. That's WorkHARDaholics.com. And you might hear your question, or at least the answer to it, on our next episode. WorkHARDaholic! Looking for resources to start, build, or level up your business? Want to know what motivates your favorite entrepreneur? Did you miss the last show? No worries. Check out and subscribe to the WorkHARDaholic YouTube channel. See behind the scenes. Here's the extended version of interviews. Catch one of our trainings. Missed the show? No worries. Like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel at WorkHARDaholic. And happy entrepreneuring.
All right, ladies, we were talking about the fact that you have to know your value. You have to know your worth. And a lot of us don't. So how do we propose to change that? Well, I am telling you now, I'm super excited because in October is Small Business Month. So we honor that, we love that, we cherish that. And here's the thing of what we're going to be doing in October. The second week in October, we're heading down to Duck, North Carolina. For those of you familiar with the Outer Banks, and we're going to have what I am calling the Diva. I said it. Diva, and it's not a dirty word, mastermind retreat. Is anyone else excited when I say that? I am super excited about it. And so what's going to be happening is for that week, that Monday night, there's a VIP reception. And then Tuesday, we start off with our seminars and our sessions. And the sessions vary, but they're really all getting at the core of what's happening with us as women and how we operate in our leadership, as an entrepreneur, as a service provider. And so we start off with your visions and goal setting. Right? And the reason we start there is because a lot of times we pigeonhole ourselves into this little itty bitty box and we don't recognize how great we are. So before we can even get into the real meat and bones, we got to start off by saying, what do you consider success? How do you measure success? And how can we get you there? So that's how we're going to kick it off. And then we have some sessions on your branding, right? And because once again, we're going to get this internal vision and understanding of who we are and what we have to offer. And then we're going to work on an external understanding. So like a lot of times when I talk to people like, oh, you know what? That's a great story. You should come onto the show. I don't want to be on camera. I don't like my voice. So we're giving all these excuses because we don't understand that our message is so much more than these external factors. So we're going to help you be much more comfortable in your brand, recognizing what your brand is and how you present it to others. Whether you're an entrepreneur or a C-suite executive, these things matter. Okay, then we're going to get beyond that, and this is the part that's really exciting. Those of you who are participating will be the first to receive, hot off the presses, my brand new book, Know Your Value, Know Your Worth. Can you imagine what that's about? Know your value, know your worth. And we're going to go through the book and the seminar to really talk about understanding not only what you're worth, but understanding how to get it. Like there's a process of how to get the raise, how to demand the right price for your services. So I'm an entrepreneur. When it comes to my consultation, when I say $250 an hour to someone, there are some people out there like, oh my God, I can't believe you charge that much. But those people who are in my industry who are as successful as I am and the output that we receive from our clients, they're charging double what I charge, if not triple what I charge. So I'm intentionally in this area range, although I'm still contemplating raising my prices soon. But I'm in this price range intentionally for the audience that I desire to reach. Why are you at the price that you are? Why are you only a shade above minimum wage? Why have you never gotten a raise? Why is it that the only time you expect a raise is to get the cost of living, COLA as they call it, the cost of living adjustment? You're worth more than that. And if you're not, then we need to fix that. But you should know your value, know your worth, and that's what we're going to go over. We're also going to talk about the elephant in the room. So part of the reason why that you feel like, oh, I get what I deserve, the lies you tell yourself. Because the average woman is always going above and beyond to do what the team needs, whether it's in her job description or not. So you're always doing more, but you're perfectly willing to accept less. Time out for that. So we want to address not only know your value, know your worth, really get you into the book, get you working on your journal, your workbook to be able to make some changes. We're going to really get in there and punch the imposter syndrome in the face. Enough of this. I'm not worthy. What? Okay. We're going to do it in a loving but passionate way. And that's what's going to be happening. So the way that it works is we're also kicking off a mastermind group. The mastermind group meets monthly starting in basically November, but kicking off with this retreat in October. So here is the real deal, all right? So I kicked this one off for my birthday. So this special is because I first announced this back in June on my birthday. And so now we're ready to make it all happen the second week in October. And so the deal is if you register and pay in full, Understand the regulations here, people. Follow the rules at least one time, because this is it. If you register for the mastermind group and pay in full, then you get the retreat for free. Like, really, you get to have your lodging, breakfast, lunch, all of the seminars, the sessions, the swag bag, your my new book, all of that included if you go ahead and pay for the mastermind for the year. If you're not doing that, then you can go ahead and register for the retreat itself. And keeping in mind, like, I'm trying to keep it to 10 people. I really don't want more than 10 people. The team is trying to tell me it should be 20, and maybe we'll up it. We'll see. I say 10. The mastermind group itself for the year, 8 people. That's it. 8. Ocho. That's it for the whole year. All right. So if you're one of those 8 people who registers for the mastermind group, but soon, because once the slots are gone, they're gone, you get the retreat for free. Other than that, you can register for the retreat directly. There's a VIP, there's a standard. And then if you're just like, I can't make it down there. No, that's not what I want to say. That's not actually accurate. So we're contemplating whether or not we're going to have a virtual option. And I have some people who are really pulling for that. But at present, there is none. It's in person or not at all. Now, that could change. So you stay tuned. But so that your 3 levels are outside of you are part of the mastermind group, there's the VIP, which means you'll get everything, all included. And then there's standard, which means there's double occupancy to your room. And our rooms are just a few steps away from the water. So there's a swimming pool and all kinds of other rec rooms and everything else. And then there's the ocean, which is where we'll be having our morning mindfulness sessions. Okay, so, and then there is a standard. So if you have your own lodging, maybe you have your own place down in Duck, and you're just like, I'll just come in during the day for the sessions. We have that as an option too. So if you want more information, you can go visit the actual website. It's entirely too long for me to tell you. So if you go over to shirleyecrawford.com, there'll be a button up top that links you to that. All right. So as I was saying, I am super excited because I've been doing a bunch of this work with a lot of you all informally or separately. We're going to make it official because I want to know that when this year is over, all right, you're geared up for 2024 and you recognize your value, your worth, who you are, what you have to offer, and you're ready to come in with guns blazing, figuratively only. Okay? All right. Okay. And on that note, as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta.
Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.